Trump returns to the U.S. Administration asks Supreme Court to let president fire Fed board member. A federal judge today blocked the Trump administration from deporting Guatemalan children after he rejected the Department of Homeland Security's claim that it was reuniting the youngsters with their parents, who had asked for their return. In his ruling, U.S. District Judge Timothy Kelly said the administration's assertion of reuniting children and parents crumbled like a house of cards, because there is no evidence before the court that the parents of these children sought their return to Guatemala. Kelly temporarily barred the administration from transferring, repatriating, removing or otherwise facilitating the transport of any of the 76 Guatemalan children immigration authorities had tried to deport in the middle of the night over the Labor Day weekend. A three-term D.C. council member said today that he will launch a bid for the House seat held by fellow Democrat Eleanor Holmes Norton, who has been Washington's non-voting delegate in Congress since 1991. In a video on social media, Council member Robert White said that he is ready to take this torch, and that the city needs our best fighters right now. I have never seen my city more vulnerable than we are right now. At 88, Norton is the oldest member of the House. She and her office have given mixed messages about whether she will seek re-election next year. Jonathan Dienst, Melissa Russo, NBC New York, Andrew Schiff, NBC New York, and Jennifer Millman, NBC New York. A Texas man has been charged with making phone and written threats to New York mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani, warning the self-described Democratic Socialist to go back to Uganda before someone shoots him in the head, the Queens District Attorney said today. Jeremy Fistel was arraigned on a 22-count grand jury indictment charging him with making a terroristic threat as a hate crime, aggravated harassment and related counts. Prosecutors allege he started sending the messages to Mamdani's office in June and continued to do so through July. According to the charges, Fistel left an anti-Muslim message June 18 saying Mamdani, who was born in Uganda, wasn't welcome in New York and warning him to watch his back and his family's backs. He called him a terrorist. Senate Majority Leader John Thune, RSD, made an additional move on the Senate floor this afternoon before he left for the day, starting the process to vote on Mike Waltz's nomination to be UN ambassador individually, not as a part of the newest large block of nominees he also filed. The move, called filing cloture, sets in motion consideration of Waltz's nomination, but he's not expected to get a vote this week before senators leave town. That means that when Waltz is confirmed will depend largely on when the Senate returns from the Rosh Hashanah recess. The current plan is for the Senate to return on September 29, but there are discussions they could return as early as September 25 if government funding has not been settled. Waltz's confirmation will end what has been a 9-month-long drama to fill the UN ambassador's position after Rep. Elise Stefanik, RNY, was nominated but withdrew her nomination because Republicans needed her vote in the razor-thin House Republican majority. A closely watched advisory panel to the CDC voted today to tweak recommendations for a measles vaccine that includes protection against the varicella, or chickenpox, virus. The new guidance from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices suggests the vaccine, called MMRV, shouldn't be recommended for children under age 4 because of a small risk for febrile seizures in that age group. The seizures can be prompted by fevers associated with viruses or, sometimes, vaccines. They usually last for a few minutes and, while they are scary for parents to witness, are generally harmless, doctors say. The panelists voted 8-3 in favor of the change. One member, Dr. Robert Malone, abstained because of a conflict of interest. Doctors have known about the increased risk of febrile seizures in young children for years. It's why the CDC already suggests that younger kids get the varicella vaccine separately, unless a parent or a caregiver prefers the MMRV shot.